Welcome to Star Citizen, and today we're doing a review of the MISC Prospector, the most common and often used mining ship in the game. Since this is not a combat ship, there will not be anything related to combat, although it does offer you some firepower with its two size ones to just poke at some opponents who might come to harass it. Since it is a sub-variant of the Freelancer, for comparison I will of course be using it. I could compare it to another mining ship, but that doesn't seem fair. Now then, the Prospector has got less cargo space. It is not considered the same size ship. As I said, it is a sub-variant. It is based off of MISC Freelancer, at least to an extent, but it is still different. Now, it does have less cargo. It does not have as much health, although it is decently durable. It is faster, but not as maneuverable. And perhaps worst of all, it doesn't have much space for quantum fuel, which means you are pretty much capped like light fighters. And that is perhaps one of the bigger drawbacks. But okay, so what is its loadout and how can we improve it? The stock loadout is quite unimpressive. You have got your industrial grade equipment, which is quite irrelevant. The most important thing here actually is your mining laser and components the laser has. So for my own loadout, I have beefed it up a little. First of all, of course, I've swapped out the mining laser and the quantum drive. The rest I consider irrelevant. Quantum drive, because volatile cargo can be hard to deliver, especially if you have lots of clusters you want to mine, and eventually it can get to a dangerous level, so you might just want to hurry up. Plus, you don't probably want to go mine too far away from preferred refining locations. So why did I pick the Lancet mining head, the mining laser? That is quite simple. It gives me more stability when I try to mine. It has less catastrophic charge rates, it has less instability. It does come with a little bit of cost to the optimal charge rate, but I have specifically focused here on the quantum mining, so I want it to be as steady, stable, and, well, doable as easily as possible. As for the gadgets, I think there are two most important ones, and the third one is pretty much up to you. First, of course, is the FLTR XL. This will reduce the amount of inert materials. I see this as quite important because you do not want so much trash with you, you just want to get as much of the valuable goods as you need. The second is Torrent 3. Torrent 3 increases your laser's power, which is quite important because we actually, bought one of the weaker lasers just because we could do some steady mining. The third one is pretty much up to you. I here have picked the Torrent 2 as I do want to add more to my laser's power, because as I said, it's not one of the best power-wise, but it's pretty good if you especially focus on mining Quantanium. You might get to an extent better results with others, but I just want to have the best optimal window, and if I go too far, I don't want that to skyrocket. Mostly the equipment is up to your preference. Here I'm just focusing on the quantum mining. This is how I would kit it out. Now, it does still take quite a bit of time, although it is a bit easier to keep it in the optimal state and even to manage it than it would be with the stock loadout. Because with the stock loadout, certain rocks of Quantanium truly cannot be mined because they are that heavy. Ideally, I would suggest focusing on any rock that has 5% Quantanium in it. But if you have time and you think you're out of luck, 2% is equally as nice and doable. The mining is pretty much the same as it is with hand mining. You got your danger zone, your optimal area, and, your power up. You of course control it with a scroll, and you do switch to mining mode with an M key. So it is pretty basic, pretty simple. If you want to add a bit extra to your mining luck, or mining process, I guess you can use gadgets, preferably the Bormax. It will let you mine harder, bigger rocks, and can even to an extent benefit the stock variant of this ship when going after Quantanium. Mining is one of those professions you can do in your free time to make some real nice cash or just a bit of extra. I highly suggest everyone try out mining at least once, or when you truly have nothing to do in this game, it's a good alternative. There are plenty of things to do and plenty of new things probably to learn. I highly suggest swapping out the laser and the gadgets if you can. But if you are doing with stock, you can also go for other high-grade materials that you might want to mine. You don't need to go after Quantanium. There is a huge variety of materials, and there are plenty of sites to actually help you understand which are the more valuable ones. The Prospector itself is a good ship, although we really don't have that much variety in different mining ships. use what you want, have your own preference, or don't change anything. Anyway, thanks for watching.